Bill 23 is creating millions of dollars in property value for Ottawa homeowners. Here's everything you need to know. Under Bill 23, you can take a single dwelling home and turn it into a 3-unit, and in many cases, up to a 10-unit without going through site plan control. Prior to Bill 23, you'd have to spend years and perhaps hundreds of thousands of dollars to change the zoning to add multiple units on your property. I'm here with Ferris Alsabach, CEO and founder of Ottawa General Contractors. Ferris, can you tell us more about Bill 23 and what it means to us as homeowners in Ottawa?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Bill 23, More Homes Built Faster Act, actually got approved November 2022. So this is currently law now. Now, this is a big piece of legislation. However, I'll discuss the items that pertain to homeowners. Essentially, what the act is looking to do, bring more units to the market faster. So under Bill 23, every house in Ottawa, whether it's a single home, townhouse, or semi-detached, as long as it's serviced by the municipality, can be turned into a 3-unit. What could that look like? Well, you got a couple scenarios. All 3 units within the existing home, or a basement apartment or SDU, plus a coach house or a mini home in the backyard. And it's interesting, Mo, you touched on building up to 10 units without site plan control. For those of you that don't know what site plan control is, it's a series of feasibility studies that's very lengthy and very costly. To give you an idea, I'm 2.5 years on one of my projects in site plan control and spent a few $100,000. So a lot of cost savings there that really benefit the homeowner and the potential investor. And actually, in addition to that, under Bill 23, the municipality is not allowed to charge you development charges for those additional units. So a lot there to cover. But yeah, in terms of what homeowners can expect coming down the pipeline, it's any home in Ottawa being converted into a 3-unit.
Now, why did the government decide to enact Bill 23?
Well, I think what's happened is that, the rental prices have gone up, affordable housing has become non-existent, vacancy rates are at all-time lows. So it's just basic market economics. When the demand is high, we have to increase the supply. And right now what they're trying to do is they're trying to increase supply, mainly also because of the existing shortage, but also because I think they're expecting a lot of immigration here coming up in the next few years.
It sounds like we have a housing crunch, and Bill 23 is looking to help create more affordable housing.
Yeah, that's right. The idea is you build more units, and because there's more supply, the idea is the price should be coming down, as long as it outmatches the demand.
Now, I'm a homeowner in Ottawa. I have a single-family home. How and why does Bill 23 matter to me? To be more frank, how do I make money on this?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Look, if we're looking for additional income, with today's rental prices, there's money to be made. You can just imagine being able to convert your garage that you might use as storage, or you potentially even use it as a living space. You convert that garage into a unit, you could potentially earn $1,800 to $2,000 a month just on rental income. Now, with the cost of living and inflation, we all need to rely on either additional income from our significant other or side hustles. So this could pose as a means to be able to kind of help with the craziness of all the prices going up in the market.
So basically, I have my house and I have the garage in my house. And if I wanted to convert that garage into another unit, I wouldn't have to go through all this red tape, years of zoning changes, and I would save money on development fees. I could turn that garage into another unit, which I could rent out. In my case, I actually have aging parents. And just thinking about this, I think that'd be really cool if I could build, either a coach home or a unit in my garage for my parents. You mentioned coach homes. Can you tell us more about coach homes?
Yeah, absolutely. A coach home is essentially a mini home that you build in your backyard. And it's actually the perfect option for aging parents. Typically, what we hear from our clients in regards to the main consideration for housing their aging parents is giving them a little bit of that independence that sometimes our aging parents might lose when they are in need of our help. So the mini home or the coach house in the backyard gives them that independence while being within our vicinity to be able to kind of give them the care and attention that they need.
Yeah, I live in an oversized lot off the Maryville area, and I have a lot of room in my backyard. And this is something I don't really use all of my backyard. And, just thinking about this, would I be able to fit a coach home in my backyard? Does that work for my house in Maryville? Like, how do I find that out?
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, if you've got a typical lot, the answer is yes. However, to be able to drill that down a little bit further, what I suggest is that you reach out to us. My team will be able to give you a free consultation, which will also include a free concept plan. And, depending on your lot, if we need to get additional information, we have a direct line with the City of Ottawa and the planning department to give us additional information. Because this is all very new, the City of Ottawa is welcoming for us to reach out to them to kind of ensure that we dot our I's and cross your T's, if you will.
Okay, so now I know I will be able to build this coach house to allow my parents to continue living with us on the property. Let's talk about money for a second. Am I going to make money on this, or am I going to lose money?
Really good question, and there's a few moving pieces there. And part of actually what we offer our clients is free financial pro forma building. What is a financial pro forma? Essentially, we label the income, the expenses, the cap rate, and we will be able to tell you if X amount of money putting into the project can turn into Y property value. So the idea is we want you to put less money in than the equity gain on your property. And we're able to financially model that for you to make sure that that is exactly what works for you. But to be completely honest with you, a lot of our clients aren't even necessarily wanting to make money when we're talking about housing their aging parents. What we're finding is that their aging parents are actually selling their principal dwelling or their main home and using that money to build a coach house in their son or daughter's backyard. And it's a bit of a win-win. So not only does the aging parent get a brand new home, but also their children will increase the property value of their property.
I mean, with what we learned from COVID is to keep our loved ones close. So I definitely really appreciate the idea of keeping my family close to me. But at the same time, I don't necessarily want my parents directly in my house all the time. I love my family. I just don't know if I want to see them all day, every day. Having a coach house in the backyard seems like an awesome solution, at least for someone like me who wants to keep family close, but at the same time likes being independent. And I have the space. This is really cool. So I'm glad to know that I'm probably not going to lose any money, but more importantly, you'll give me an idea about how much it's going to cost and what the return is going to be on investment. That's a really big deal. And I can also rent this unit out. Yeah,
so we've had clients that have actually built the coach house, especially in Little Italy, to use it for Airbnb. So the rough numbers is that they were able to generate about $3,000 to $4,000 a month on Airbnb for their coach home, which was about 400 or 500 square feet. So nothing huge, but big impact on the income gain.
I never even considered the Airbnb rental. I know a lot of people making money on Airbnbs. And if I could spend, I guess, what do these cost? What does it cost typically for one of these?
You're looking at a starting cost of about $250,000 plus. Now that could go all the way up to $400,000 or $500,000 as an example. We're currently building the biggest coach house in Ottawa in Westboro. Now, something to note is dealing with the Westboro community is interesting, not very easy. Definitely make us earn every dollar, but we were able to do it and get community support, and the clients are super ecstatic. So that one's a little bit more on the pricier side, simply because it is a 2-story with a garage. But yeah, you know what? We're starting at about $250,000.
I mean, when I look at a triplex on the market right now, I'm not seeing anything it's like $1 million plus for a beat up old triplex that needs a lot of renovation. So to get a brand new unit for $250,000, I mean, if we do some of the math on that, I should be able to rent that out, even if I finance pretty much all of it and still make positive cash flow. So that's super, super interesting. Like, what if I don't want a coach house? What if I, let's say I don't have the room? Is there another way I could add a dwelling unit to my property and take advantage of Bill 23?
Absolutely. So under Bill 23, you can have 3 units within your existing home now. So instead of building a coach house, you can turn your basement into a unit, your main floor into a unit, and your top floor into a unit using the garage as an entry point into the building, while we create entrances for the basement, main floor, and create a staircase to go upstairs.
Interesting. Okay, so I could do a unit in my building, or I could build it outside of my building. Why would I not take advantage of this? Am I able to do this now? What are you seeing from homeowners right now?
Yeah, so it is October 2023, and the City of Ottawa is going to be approving the bylaws for these 3-unit conversions this month or next month.
Wow, so this is going to cause a really massive boom in Ottawa, it sounds like.
Yeah, we've been getting tons of inquiries. We've actually already even sold a project that is looking to do this right now. So I'm happy to say we're innovators and pioneers when it comes to Bill 23 and the 3-unit conversion.
Well, Ferris, this has been super, super insightful for me. I am super excited to take advantage of Bill 23. I'm actually going to start looking for properties where I could, have a large lot. Like, can I do that? Can I go buy a single family home that's probably not aware that they could build more units on their land? It's almost like you're getting the land for free with Bill 23, where before you'd have to separate the land, and that was a whole process. Right now, can I go buy just a massive house with a big lot and just build units on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you touched on an interesting point, trying to get ahead of the curve here. And although this has been law for about a year, very few people have been informed about what's coming down the pipeline. But yeah, you can easily buy a big lot and add multi-bedroom units very easily.
Wow. Okay. So this is a big deal, folks. This is the biggest news in Ottawa property value that I've ever heard of in my 37 years of living here. I'm excited to take advantage of it. I think it's going to cause a massive boom to Ottawa. Thank you, Ferris. What are the next steps here? What do I got to do to find out for my own property, whether this is a good idea or not?
Yeah, if you're interested in converting your home into one of those 3 units, reach out to us, www.ottawageneralcontractors.com, or call us at 613-225-9991, and we'll be happy to put together for you a free concept plan, while we also model the financials to make sure to see if it's going to be lucrative for you or not, as well as you get to meet our team and figure out all the services that we provide for you. But essentially, we're like an A to Z solution. So we'll be able to take you from dream and idea to turning over the keys.
Awesome. And I guess there's no commitment. You do all that for free?
All for free.
Wow. Okay. Well, man, sign me up. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.